Well, good morning, my friends. Good morning. Kat made it in, Tamara's in, Fun Size is in. I've been chatting with Slim and Sharon about how hot it is outside. Dolores is in. I see DT came in. Hello, Sugar Mama. Hello, Teddy Bear, Sailor. I can't see the results of the poll. Can somebody put it in the chat? Hello, Jay Woody. Jay Woody, this is right up your alley. Do you want to come up and chat with me about this? We've missed you, Jay Woody. Jay Woody, Jay Woody, Jay Woody, Jay Woody. Come on, chant. All right, a lot of you are going to be getting merchandise in the mail today. If you didn't get it yesterday, I apologize for how long it took. I had a little bit of supply issues. It normally doesn't take this long, but that's okay. The longer you wait, the better it is, right? And today is going to be our 6th straight day of over 100 degrees. I've seen worse for this area. Today it's going to be 104. Woo! What to do? So this broke over the weekend about Upchurch, or as Kat calls him, Upchuck, getting sued by the grandfather and the father of Kiely Rodni. I put a post on the community tab on Saturday. Other creators have been talking about it. That's okay. We do our own thing over here. And we have a lot of opinions about this. I did see Wist said something. Hello, Rexy. How you doing, honey? I saw Wist had a good point. She said, well, if the lawsuit, and there's 29 pages, and I'm not about to read all 29 pages. We're going to get to the short and curlies of it. Wist had a good point. She said, did anybody really think that Kiely wasn't real? Now, I don't know if you remember, if you were on the channel at this time or that time when we were talking about Kiely Rodni, there was a lot of very strange things about this case. And there's still a lot of people that don't buy that she just drove into the water. There's a lot of people that have a lot of issues with the autopsy. They're like, how did she drown with unremarkable lungs and no water in her belly? I don't know. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the lawsuit. We're going to revisit the last time he was on my show, Mr. Upchurch. He obviously misunderstood something I said or something in the chat. He got very upset, but it was after he had told everybody, this was over the weekend, not this weekend, almost a year ago, that these were paid Hollywood actors and that she was not real. And a lot of people were like, what? What? Now, Upchurch is saying he's not being sued by them. I've seen the lawsuit. It's a confusing lawsuit because no judge has been assigned and there's no case number. We're going to look at that. Bob, coming right out of the gate. No pants, Bob. Has anyone ever seen a birth certificate for Kiely? I don't believe she drove into the water either. I have not. There's a big dispute about how old she really is. I certainly don't want to find myself in the courthouse. So I better be careful, if you know what I mean. Let's take a second and tell everybody happy Taco Tuesday. Good morning, hello. And I agree with Christina. It didn't look to me like she drove into the lake. Above my pay grade, that's up for the California Highway Patrol. That's up for them to figure out. A lot of people wonder how she got into the back and why there was no water in her lungs or stomach. And some people, there's a lot of comments, not just on my channel, they're saying, Why are they worried about unstable Upchurch saying she never existed and not suing the medical examiner to explain how you drown without any water in your belly or your lungs? Christina said it's still an open case too. Why? Why? This getting sued on YouTube for opinions and stuff like that. Now, slander and defamation is different. Critical K, this was another comment I saw, and then we're going to get to some other comments. We've talked a couple of times about how Critical K got sued by Ray and Drecchio out of Mississippi. She decided to defend herself. What do they say? Anyone that defends themselves in court has a fool for a client. Well, that fool got a $500,000 judgment on her. Okay? So you can spout your opinion all day long, but if it causes harm to someone, then you have a big problem. I saw some comments saying it's odd that they filed this lawsuit basically a week after the judgment on Critical K came out. I didn't even put that together. Do you think they were waiting on this judgment from another YouTuber? Because they have him as a YouTuber, not a country star, not an American rapper, not an entertainer. They have him labeled as a YouTuber. Spicy Sugar said, why all of a sudden are they suing him this long after? I don't know. Mama K said it didn't cause financial harm. All will be fine. That is going to be a big point because it actually caused financial harm to Ryan Upchurch by his own pin to a check. Because as you know, he donated $100,000 to Adventures with Purpose for finding Kiely. He also put his Hellcat up. And please do not think that I'm defending Ryan Upchurch. We're going to look at all sides here. Bob says, why wasn't Lindsay Neiman charged for child endangerment? Because she gave Kiely permission to be out after curfew law. That is another thing a lot of people are talking about. The case has been very bizarre. You had adults partying with minor children. Yes, it happens. But when somebody winds up dead at the end of the night, someone needs to pay for that. There was a case out of Texas where a custodial parent was sued by the non-custodial parent. Mom and dad, they got divorced. Mom had custody. Mom was more of a friend than a parent. And the girl went to a party. She got drunk. She died. There were some other things going on. The non-custodial parent sued the mom and won. So this is something that's very common. People are saying maybe Kiely's father is taking, because I believe that he loves his daughter very much. He seemed to be the only one with a soul in this, really. And I agree. Grief is a very hard thing to process. And maybe he's taking his grief and his anger and he's directing it in a different direction. That could be it. Let's get to the comments. Back to Bob. 2 days ago, Bob said everyone had their own speculations, opinions, and theories, and I'm still convinced there was more to it than a young girl making a wrong turn at night in a place she was very familiar with and driving straight into the water. I think a lot of us can agree, particularly with no water in her lungs, no water in her belly, that there's something not right about it, particularly when her grandfather said she knows those roads. She knows that place. Luna's Nana Jody said he pointed out, talking about Upchurch, there are weird things that didn't make sense in the case. And what he said about her not even being real was a conspiracy opinion. And he never told people to harass the family, but everyone seems to forget that after he gave $100,000 to help that family find her. He did not have to do that. That's a lot of money. I think they want a money grab. Why wait a year? If they're that traumatized, why drag it out in court for potentially years? It makes you wonder what the hell's really going on. Hope Douglas said it should be thrown out. They are targeting him because he has money. Yes, he did say he thought she wasn't real, but in the end, he admitted she existed and funded the search in some way. She said, I can't remember if it was a car or money. Adventures with Purpose didn't want the Hellcat from what I remember, so he sent him $100,000. Besides that the family didn't want speculation, why ask for help? And then when people try and help, say we want our privacy. Shit in the world doesn't work that way. This whole case has been shrouded in mystery. Slim Hauser said, I hope the plaintiffs fully understand you will be deposed under oath. Thank you, Slim. You can't just go in and point and say, he did it. They're going to have questions they have to answer too. One thing is going to be about the child endangerment. She was 16 years old. That's going to be brought up. Don't think Ryan Upchurch's attorneys aren't going to be ready for that. She's underage and she's at a party. She's after curfew. Slim says, personally, I believe it's a money grab. Can't wait to find out if her life insurance policy was indeed $500,000. This has the possibility of being the Laundry Petito case in reverse. Dang, Slim. Slim. Spouting out the knowledge. Again, you had adults partying with minors. Kiely out after curfew. And no, I am not blaming Kiely at all. The bizarre stories from Sammy. Here's one. If you remember, good old Sammy. She said she was having a fun time at a party, just being a teenager. Sammy told ABC News during an interview Monday, everything she drank, I drank out of, and there was nothing that seemed off about her. We also know that Scooby and the gang were getting in the way of law enforcement. They were wanting to do these teen-to-teen meetings. Teen-to-teen, or as Lindsay says, the teens. Teen-to-teen meetings. Jagger said to call him with tips. SF Investigate says, I hope Kiely is found safe, but I can't. Now, mind you, this is before she was found in the lake. He said, I hope Kiely is found safe, but I can't justify putting any more hours into this case when at Placer Sheriff and FBI is letting Sammy Smith basically lead this investigation side by side with them. The info she is giving is constantly changing and misleading. I hope they find her. Placer Sheriff says social media can be deceiving. Well, I mean, you let her address a room full of adults. We're not going to forget that, are we? They let her address a room full of adults. Totally disrespectful. Totally. She said, anything you tell me, I don't care. I'm not going to tell the police. Gotta be kidding me. Tree Baby knows what's up. She said, Sammy Sue knows what happened. Still a lot of questions about her. Not accusing her. Not blaming her. Something's weird. Something is weird. Let's get to the lawsuit. Filed in Tennessee, this is not going to be in California, the Nashville division. David Robertson and Daniel Rodney are the plaintiffs versus Ryan Upchurch. It says jury demand, there's no case number and no judge assigned. Complaint. This diversity action arises from the defamatory and torturous conduct of defendant Ryan Upchurch, as explained below. Ryan is a media personality, musician, and prolific YouTuber. The wording, and I don't know who their attorney is. I guess I should scroll all the way to the bottom. Interesting to call him a YouTuber. That tells me they might be filing a suit against YouTube because he's a recording artist. YouTuber who has approximately over 3 million subscribers on YouTube as of the date of this filing. Upchurch began posting about the disappearance of Kiely Rodni, the granddaughter of plaintiff David Robertson and the daughter of plaintiff Daniel Rodni, after Kiely's disappearance in August of 2022, after it became a viral international news story. There is an entire industry of true crime would-be sleuths posting all kinds of information on the internet. Well, this might hurt him a little bit, because why are you just suing him? We all talked about the case. Zach, thank you for the super sticker, said those YouTubers that were on the crime scene are crapping themselves that this lawsuit is real. You said it, Zach, and you're correct. You're correct. Upchurch had not previously participated in so-called true crime on YouTube, but began to do so as the Kiely Rodni case became news. This is not true. This is not true. He has actually gotten involved in some other cases. He truly has. He spoke about Summer Wells. Let's look at this, and then we'll get back to the lawsuit, because we want to keep it real. We want the truth.
Summer Wells is a little girl out of Tennessee who miraculously disappeared in 2 seconds, according to the fucking parents. Now, if you are going to look up Summer Wells stuff, there are 2 people I suggest you go watch who are very just looking at the facts. You got this fella right here, Harsh Reality.
That would happen to my children. It just wouldn't. You know, I would sacrifice everything.
And another good source of factual information is Christina Randall.
So they had decided that they were going to go to like this water area or whatever.
And she breaks it down like where they went the whole day, times, everything. Now, apparently, the parents are like, oh, we don't know what happened. She just fucking disappeared. Could somebody have snatched her in 2 seconds? Yes. Is the probability of that high? No. Even if somebody did, which is slim to fucking none, it would have to be somebody that knows them or knows that property 100%. There's just a bunch of things that don't make sense, like small things that have been said in interviews and stuff that just don't make sense to me. Like in one interview, the parents are like, oh, she loved princesses. She loved, Elsa and whatever those princesses' names are. And then in another interview, she's like, oh, well, she loved the lady at church, Robin, because Robin is pretty and has long hair. But then the little girl's head is shaved. Like, that seems like something somebody does to be like mean. You know what I mean? Like one of those, oh, you're not pretty, I'm going to shave your head. Could the little girl have wanted her head shaved? Sure, she could have. But I don't see a little girl with long blonde hair that likes Elsa being like, yes, shave my head. It doesn't make any sense. So according to the mom, they went to this swimming hole place and then left from there, went back to the house. They got to the house. The little girl wanted to go in with her brothers who were watching TV. The mom, Candace, was with her mom outside. And her mom was like, I need to replant these fucking flowers or whatever. So you come up the driveway. Here's Summer Wells' house, or her parents' house. And then right outside is a camper that her mom stays in. All right, so little girl runs in the house. The mama is still out here with the grandma. And then the mama, 2 minutes later, 2 minutes, like, what the fuck? All right. 2 minutes later, walks to the house, looks in the back door and is like, hey, Summer, want to plant flowers? And she was like, yeah. So she comes outside. Apparently, they planted flowers for a minute. Then the little girl's like, I want to go back inside with my brothers. So she goes in the house. Shortly after that, the mom leaves the camper, walks into the house, asks the sons, hey, where's your sister? And they said, oh, she's downstairs playing. Well, apparently the mom went down the stairs and then freaked the fuck out about something and was like super frantic. If that's true, I want to know what she was freaking out about, because Don't forget, the neighbor was interviewed by the news, and the neighbor said they heard.
God forbid Don Wells hears about this lawsuit from the family of Kiely Rodni to Ryan Upchurch. Please, Daisy, don't tell Don Wells. I think I'm going to sue him too.
Heard a loud scream. It was never clarified where that scream came from, but it was heard by the neighbor and her kids. But the neighbor also said they heard Candace yelling Summer. All right, so pause. So the little girl goes downstairs, ends up missing, right? Okay. But here's the thing. In one of the interviews, the dad says, oh, yeah, her being outside was her biggest downfall. I don't know what the fuck that means, but there's all kind of videos of the little girl being outside, and they said she loved being outside, and she just loved to run outside. But being outside was her biggest downfall? What the fuck? What does that even mean? Plus, that doesn't really line up with all the videos of her being outside that her parents have on social media. Now, let's go back to this mysterious scream the neighbor heard real quick. The reason I'm saying that is because if you have all these videos of this little girl outside, playing outside, being outside, on a swing, running around, playing with the dogs, if the little girl's always outside and she has a door in the basement area that leads outside, why would the mom scream from going down in that room and just not seeing her? That doesn't make sense. I would have walked down there and not seen her and then went out the back door and been like, Summer, and been like looking for her outside since she's always outside. It makes you wonder, did the scream come from the little girl from being taken out of the yard? I don't think so. Did it come from the mom because maybe she went back in the house and seen the little girl trip and fell down the stairs? Kind of what it seems like. Not to mention, in one of the first interviews, if not the first interview, they're talking about the little girl in past tense. And every time they talk about the little girl in past tense, they say, oh, sorry. I don't mean for past tense. Sorry. Like, what? Why? Here's another thing. There was a underage kid named Hunter that was at the swimming hole with them.
Come down here and was standing here. I don't want to get all wet, but yeah. He was like standing here and somewhere was out a little.
So in the interviews and stuff, it says that he did not go back to Candace's house. But there's a text message from the beginning that says he does go to her house. All right, so you know the grandma in the camper, right? This is her text message. Now, it's got a fuck ton of typos in it, but the typo in the first sentence sticks out. It says, now this is the grandma saying, hun sum. Yeah, you're right. Hun sum. It's a typo. Hun sum, I and Candace, the mom, was planting flowers right before she went missing. Well, he was never apparently there. Like, what the fuck? And that's coming from a text message of someone who was there. And there's also someone that says Candace told them that he was at the house during the time.
Candace stuck to her story about dropping Hunter off before returning home with Grandma Candy and Summer.
What was told to me is that he did go back with her at the house. I don't know how he got home because that wasn't mentioned to me.
Okay. So, who was it? Somebody close to the family, or that told you that, or was it?
No, it was Candace.
So Candace told you that Hunter went back to the house that day.
Hunter was with her at the house that day.
Oh my God.
Now, if you go watch the interview of the Hunter kid on YouTube, he's yawning excessively over and over and over. Now, on the body language side of yawning over and over and over, and I'm not talking like 4 times, I'm talking like 30 times. When somebody has anxiety or stress, anxiety is hooked to your heart and your respiratory system. So when you are feeling stressed out or feeling high anxiety about something, you're going to get breathlessness. And while you're watching the interview, the Hunter kid even notices it. And he tells the interviewer, he's like, hey, sorry, I'm yawning a lot. I yawn a lot when I'm tired. All right. So Hunter, Candace, the mom, and then the grandma and Summer are in the car. The Hunter kid claims that Don, Summer's dad, calls Candace, Summer's mom, and is on the phone. Then when she hung up the phone, the Hunter kid asked, what was that about? What did he want? And then Candace apparently told him, oh, there's some creeper by the house, creeping around the house. Now keep in mind, Summer is with them at this fucking moment. Now Summer's dad is calling Summer's mom saying there's a weirdo by the house who like touches kids and shit. First off, how the fuck does he know? He's at work. Don has alibis that says he's at work. You know why? Because he probably was at work. Doesn't mean he don't know something. I mean, he is at work and knows that someone's at his house somehow. I mean, fuck, how does he know that? The grandma's in the car, the mom's in the car, the kid's in the car, Hunter's in the car. Who the hell's around their house to be like, hey, there's a creeper at your house trying to look at kids? What?
Her husband calls her talking about this dude named on the property that's been there for like a week or so. She told me they keep stalking other kids.
Who's that?
Some dude named like I have no idea who it was.
Okay. And why did Don call?
I have no idea. He just called. I don't even know if he was working at the time.
Okay.
But if he was working, he obviously wouldn't know that there was some dude looking at the little kids.
So this dude named Don calls Candace
and tells her about, I don't know if his name is.
And tell me about that conversation.
All I heard was...
And how did you hear it?
I heard because I asked her why he called.
Okay.
The only thing that she told me from the phone call is that there was some dude, whatever it was, just the name.
Okay.
That's all I remember. Is that he's been up on the property for a week or two trying to, like, I guess she said touch the little kids.
All right, so if Don's at work, that's his alibi. Then how in the fuck did he know somebody was at the house? Second off, that phone call could have been bullshit, and she could have been using the Hunter kid to say that in front of to have her quote-unquote half-ass alibi. Oh, no, I heard him call her and tell her about this guy that was on the property for a week, and he was trying to look at the kids. Oh, Hunter goes wherever he goes, and Candace goes back to the house. Because that's the thing. It had to be somebody that didn't live there because everybody else that was in the goddamn car lived there. So really, if you ask me, he could know something, or he possibly don't know jack shit. I do find it weird that on May 27th, this Hunter kid put he's in a relationship, and the banner on his Facebook was him and Candace. And he was asking Candace, the mom, why did Don call you? You know what I mean? So here's the thing. If Don's calling saying, hey, there's somebody at around the property, and there's this person that's apparently been there for a fucking week, first off, I ain't gonna let my fucking daughter go any motherfucking where by herself unless I can see her in my visual motherfucking sight and she's close enough where I can run and beat the fucking shit out of somebody. Not to mention, if your husband just called you and said, hey, there's a creeper at the house trying to fucking touch the kids, he's been there for a week. Well, son of a bitch, if he's been there for a week, why ain't one of y'all shot this motherfucker? Why in the hell are you pulling up, letting your daughter just go to the basement where there's a fucking door down there that leads to the backyard that I can't see at all whatsoever. Then 2 minutes later, the mom comes in and goes downstairs and the little girl is gone. That means if somebody did take her, they were already there, dude. They were in the fucking house. I mean, shit, that's the perfect time to be there, right? None of y'all are there. Don's at goddamn work. Somebody's there because he knows that somebody's there. Look, man, I'm no rocket scientist, but here's what it sounds like to me. If the little girl got abducted like this, it was planned. And I'll tell you how. So everybody's wondering why this 15-year-old is with Candace and Summer at the swimming hole. Okay, she had to pick him up because he is an alibi that could actually say, yeah, we went here and we went here and we went here. It's not the grandma and not Summer. Because if that kid wouldn't have been there, it would have looked like she was lying even more. So she picks up this 15-year-old Hunter kid. They go everywhere. They do all this stuff, whatever. They go to the swimming hole, go to fucking the Walgreens and yada, yada, yada. They're away from the house. Don is at work. Probably really is at work. He has alibis saying he's at work. Nobody's at their house. So what if while no one's there, while they're out doing this, Don's at work, Don makes this fucking weird call where he's like, oh yeah, there's someone there looking in the woods or whatever. What if they all left for someone to come there and hide in the house? So when Summer went downstairs, snatch, leave, run down that hill, put her into a vehicle, skirt, gone. You don't have to turn around. You ain't got nothing. So if somebody did take Summer Wells, there had to be two people, somebody waiting in the car and somebody waiting in the house. You're not going to snatch a little girl and fucking try to drive a vehicle with her in it. That's not going to work. It'd be too time consuming. It'd be way longer than 2 minutes, especially you grabbing her, getting down there, figuring out your situation while she's yelling. Then you got to deal with that, then get in the car and drive the car off. By that time, somebody had done fucking heard your ass, seen your ass, beat your ass, whatever. Not to mention this mysterious, suspicious truck that the mom, Candace, is talking about after the fact. Why wouldn't you talk about this suspicious truck before the fact? It's only after the fact. And what do you know? It's a red truck. Do you know how many fucking red trucks there are? Plus, who's to say that that's a bullshit description? What if it's the opposite of what the fuck this person drives? That means that description's a deterrent. You know, I find it awfully fucking weird that when the TBI and shit got there and brought the dogs in, the dogs tracked Summer's scent from her door to the road. Hello? Not to mention going all the way back to when the mom walked in the house and walked down the stairs and freaked out once she seen her daughter was not in that room. Because remember, the neighbor heard the scream. And she said shortly after she heard the scream, she heard the mom yelling, Summer, Summer. How I think about it is if they know she's an outdoors girl and she likes being outside and she's literally always outside, if the mom walks in the house and walks into the room that Summer's always leaving to go outside, why would you freak out by walking down the stairs just in the room? Because you're acting. It seems like it's dramatized on purpose. Not to mention, if Don, the husband, called.
Okay, so he said basically the same thing. He didn't say Summer was not real, but he goes, they're acting. It's dramatized on purpose. So he has said this before. That was actually part of the point. That and the lawsuit says he's never been involved in true crime before. That is not true. So we get to the meat and potatoes of it. In the weeks following her disappearance, we're back to Kiely, numerous online posters began wildly speculating as to what really happened to Kiely Rodni. Well, yes, we hear there's a party of 300-400 people. We see a picture where I counted 26 people. Then we hear it could be almost 2,000 people. People were coming from San Francisco. People were coming from Reno. They're talking about being forced to do things they didn't want to do. Why has no charges been filed as to what happened at that party? There were adults there. Wildly speculating as to what really happened to Kiely Rodni. As it would ultimately turn out, Kiely died of drowning when her vehicle crashed into the Prosser Reservoir and became submerged below 14 feet of water. No foul play was suspected. Upchurch was a prominent figure in this wild speculation. After Kiely Rodni's body had been found and after authorities had publicly stated that an autopsy had confirmed her identity, Upchurch uploaded several videos making outlandish claims, including that Kiely Rodni, Daniel Rodni, and David Robertson were not real, and that the entire tragic episode was a scam by Kiely's family to raise money on a GoFundMe website. Now, the GoFundMe thing wasn't going to go away because we know that Lindsay was a little upset with the money that Adventures with Purpose was getting. Now, last I heard, and mind you, this wasn't 5 minutes ago, last I heard Ryan Upchurch plans to sue, correct me if I'm wrong, Adventures with Purpose, he wants his money back after he found out about Jared's upcoming court dates. 843 Creeker said, I'm sorry if you're drowned. I would think there would be water in the lungs, in my opinion. Me too. I don't have an MD at the end of my name, but I would think to drown, you'd have to have some water in your body. So Upchurch did say this. It's a GoFundMe scam. It's a GoFundMe scam. SF investigates again. Says, I just got off a long call with David. That's Kiely Rodni's grandfather. I'm not here to judge anyone. This case has been very emotional. I would just say to Ryan Upchurch, her family hears your claims that she is not real. They are very hurt and confused. Kiely is real. She was their life. Now, if you remember, he backed away from that. He was on other channels and said he was wrong about that. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't know how this is going to play out. No idea. Upchurch also published images of David Robertson and further published Daniel Rodni's former home address to his 3 million subscribers. Mr. Upchurch has a loyal following of viewers who refer to themselves as the Creek Squad. Upchurch directed the Creek Squad to search for Kiely Rodni's vehicle and posted Google Earth images of Daniel Rodni's former home, falsely stating that he had found Kiely's car there. What I want to know is, how is this going to play out? Because other people did that too. Again, I'm not a lawyer. Thank you for the super sticker, Kat. There's a couple of YouTubers that have a better case against Upchuck. He called them pedos. Lindsay needs a better hobby. Believe it or not, Lindsay is not part of this lawsuit. When I heard the family, I assumed Lindsay was all over it. One self-admitted Creek Squad member named Julio made several videos under the moniker An All-American Cartel LLC. Damn it, Julio. Julio posted videos of the Lost Trail Lodge, a vacation resort operated by David Robertson. You can easily Google the Lost Trail Lodge. We went through the Zillow on my channel because it was for sale at the time. I don't know if it is now. Several Creek Squad members flooded the lodge's internet profiles with negative online reviews. The negative attention directed to David Robinson and his lodge caused him to suffer financial losses. This might be where they have him. David Robertson and Daniel Rodni have each experienced extreme emotional distress attributable to Upchurch's postings, compounding their already profound grief at the tragic loss of their granddaughter and daughter. This lawsuit seeks to hold Upchurch accountable for his tortuous actions and intentional misconduct, as outlined below. So it goes on to the venue, the jurisdiction. We know the complaint. They're naming different shows he was on. Talks about Zanime and Icamail and some crazy stuff that went on during the case. A lot of people have said, listen, if it's still under investigation, why did you cremate her? There is a lot of questions. Now, this is what Daniel said. This is from TSALAGI channel. Clipped it. Oh, it looks like she clipped it from Michelle After Dark. I didn't see that before. This is what Daniel said when he addressed one of the community meetings.
What dawned on me this morning is Kiely is born and raised here. She is this community. She is your daughter too. You know, she is your. This This is our community's daughter. She is no longer just our daughter. This is your kids. These are the parties your kids are going to.
And I'm sorry, but I felt so bad for him. I felt so bad for him when he's addressing the community and he's saying, these are the parties your kids are going to. These are the parties your kids are going to. I'm not a lawyer, but do you think that's going to be brought up? That she shouldn't have been at that party? You know, parental control? I don't know. But like I said, Upchurch has been sued before. He's currently suing his own mama. He doesn't seem to really be sweating this. I don't know the guy. He's only been on the show a few times. Karma is a bitch said, I'm sorry, but I think the father and grandfather are upset with the wrong people. Here they need to be upset with the town, the kids, the families, and the police. A lot of people say that. They said, I think their anger is misdirected. If Kiely was my child, my daddy wouldn't be whooping up on Ryan Upchurch. My daddy would be whooping up on me. The hell you doing letting her go to that party? Hell you doing letting her drive after curfew?
We need answers, and you need answers, because when your kids become 16, where are they going to go? My daughter's a straight A student. On her way to UC Santa Cruz, she is at 16. She's 16 going to college, This is Tahoe. This isn't supposed to happen here, We need answers. Remember, this Kiely is your child too. So please, anything, please, we need you. I can't tell you what we're going through. What dawned on me this morning is Kiely is born and raised here. She is this community. She is your daughter too. She is your. This is our community's daughter. She is no longer just our daughter. This is your kids. These are the parties your kids are going to. We need answers, and you need answers, because when your kids become 16, where are they going to go? My daughter's a straight A student. On her way to UC Santa Cruz, she is at 16. She's 16 going to college, This is Tahoe. This isn't supposed to happen here, We need answers. Remember, this Kiely is your child too. So please, anything, please, we need you. I can't tell you what we're going through. What dawned on me this morning is Kiely is born and raised here. She is this community. She is your daughter too. She is your. This is our community's daughter. She is no longer just our daughter. This is your kids. These are the parties your kids are going to. We need answers, and you need answers, because when your kids become 16, where are they going to go? My daughter's a straight A student. On her way to UC Santa Cruz, she is at 16. She's 16 going to college, This is Tahoe. This isn't supposed to happen here, We need answers. Remember, this Kiely is your child too. So please, anything, please, we need you. Please, we need you. Please, we need you.
Poor dad. Poor dad. Now, as you know, we had JPL on the scene. heard from some other people that are Truckee residents. And when they were at the community meeting, several of the kids were surrounding the mother, Lindsay. And she looked like a bobblehead. She was just shaking her head. Yes. I mean, it's like she was listening to what all the kids were saying to her. One woman walked over to Daniel, Kiely's father, who, from my understanding, she was alienated from. I don't know the full story. That's just my understanding. And said, when I get paid this week, I'm going to put money in the GoFundMe. He said, I have nothing to do with that. I have nothing to do with it. He wouldn't have anything to do with the kids. He's broken. Kiely's his baby. All right, now we get to my show. As you know, Upchurch came on, and I think something got lost in translation. He misunderstood something that was said in chat or something with me. It's all good now. But this is where he's addressing. This is after he had dropped bombs over that weekend about how Kiely's not real. Let's go in the CLL time capsule. He kept saying, look, up there he is. Well, you stirred up all kinds of trouble, didn't you? Now, are you honestly saying that Kiely's not a real person?
Can you show me proof that she is a real person?
Just pictures and videos of her, my friend.
Ain't good enough. Ain't no videos of her talking.
There's a video of her from a couple of years ago. I don't know if it's on Mom's Instagram or Facebook or what.
Here's what I know. I know that the Placer County Sheriff Department is in my DM being like, hey, bro, delete that picture. So I went to the Sheriff's Department in my town, and they're like, what the fuck? They were like, who's telling you that? And I was like, this person. They were like, give me that. I'm writing that down.
Now, I do think that was really weird that Placer County was tagging him saying, take that picture down. Take that picture down.
And I gave them my number, and they said they'll get back to me, and that's doesn't sound like normal cop behavior.
Now, what picture? The one of Angela?
Mm-hmm.
Angela's the public information officer that Upchurch was saying was friends with Zanime, and they wanted him to take it down. So he took their request to his local sheriff's department, and they were like, let me see that. OJ, stop. Damn it. Give me a second. Now, is that, some people are saying that other chick isn't, what's her name, Zanime or whatever?
Oh, hang on. Let me look. What picture? Let's see.
What are you going to do about the police in your DMs?
Nothing. I don't think they're real.
He said, nothing. I don't think they're real. Yeah, OJ's trying to help. He's trying to get the commands. He has so many toys around here, guys. I'm going all over the place. We had some Summer Wells stuff and everything like that. Now I'm going to talk about OJ for a second. He has tons of toys, okay? His favorite toys are my shit, okay? Do you know how many computer mouses he's gotten a hold of? He's got one he just bit right in half. Not the wire part. I went to use it one day, and I was like, this doesn't go to anything. You did that, didn't you? You precious thing. So it's in the living room. That's his favorite toy. This computer mouse he broke. All right, so Upchurch is saying, I said, what are you going to do about the police in your DMs? And he said, nothing. I don't think they're real.
That's definitely Zanime. What the fuck?
How can you mistake that?
It looks like her to me, because what I'm saying is this is a really strange coincidence. But then
why would? Whoa. Why would they tell me to delete a picture of a cop that is in a cop outfit on their show with all the cops?
And I still do believe that picture of the public information officer and Zanime, who I do not think has anything to do with the case, I believe it was them together. I think they know each other. It's not a crime. I just thought it was a little coincidental. That or Zanime and Angela have doppelgangers that hang with each other.
You know?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, if that's a picture of her, correct? Obviously, you didn't Photoshop anything, and no, I'm not accusing you of that.
Nah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's weird. I mean, the first DM was. Let me look and see what it says.
There's many videos. They've been on the news and everything of Kiely singing. She's got a guitar. She's with her grandpa, I believe.
I don't think that's the same person.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Why?
Well, I mean, it looks exactly like her.
There ain't enough pictures to know. There ain't enough pictures to know if that looks like her or not. There's only 2 pictures that are real. That even look remotely real.
Well, what about when you were on the show the last time and I put the picture up? I believe Mags was in the picture because we were talking about how she looked like Courtney Love.
Me?
And then yeah, last week before. And then she had the white.
Who looks like Courtney Love?
Oh, let me find the picture of Mag. Hang on, let me find it. Give me a minute.
10-minute Mags.
10-minute Mag, yeah.
Yeah, Jules was on panel and so was Jay Woody. Where'd it go?
Yeah, these pictures are bullshit, dude. This ain't even real. There's not even a picture of her beside her car. I mean, come on.
Well, this one on the screen, that's her that's Kate's Instagram.
That girl don't look like she's fucking 18.
Who, Matt?
These don't look like high school kids. These look like fucking drugged out 24, 25-year-olds.
And that's the hoodie that we were talking about because you said it's a guy's hoodie.
This is like, we're talking about endless. We're talking about, they already said the hoodie don't matter. I don't understand the hoodie part.
I guess it's because law enforcement was saying that they had verification that not only did she have the black one on, Lana Del Rey.
See what I'm saying? They're like, oh, she was wearing this clothes. Oh, wait, no, this clothes. Oh, wait, no, this clothes. And so everybody gets confused.
Well, then how come Sammy didn't mention anything about the 2 hoodies at the party? Sammy kept saying that she just had on that bodysuit because they went to pee together because it snapped in the crotch because they peed
That's
together.
Another outfit. It's a different outfit again. Respectfully, Ryan, you're a turd bird. Respectfully, you're fucking stupid. I mean, what do you mean tell you? I mean, if you got 10 people telling you that she wore 5 different fucking outfits, I mean, hello.
I think it's odd that Sammy, who says she knows everything that was happening that night, and she was the last person to talk to her, she had the last call and everything, somehow missed the wardrobe changes throughout the night.
Yeah. Nothing makes sense. It's not supposed to make sense, though. It's because it's a fucking scam. Anybody who's been on fucking the internet for 2 years knows this is a scam. It's catfishing. It's like, it's every angle of catfishing. None of this is real. That you mean to tell me this chick right here and this hoodie is Kylie? No, that looks nothing like her. Hey, sweetheart. Give me some sugar.
It's
coming down out there, huh?
Those big booms?
Yeah.
Well, what about have you talked to Jagger at all?
What's that?
Have you talked to Jagger at all? Because he has a lot of pictures of him and Kiely together.
Where?
He did a whole video. Well, there's one I know on Plunder's channel that he had a video of him and Kiely together. See, there's him and Kiely right there.
I can't tell if that's Kiely or not. That don't even look like her forehead. Her whole face is covered up.
Hang on, let me find another picture. I gotta get it out of my phone. I think it's in my phone. It might be in my email.
Brooks, while you're looking for that, Ryan, do you mind if I ask a question?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, can you clarify if Adventures with Purpose accepted your donation, or what's the situation around that?
I have not. I actually have not talked to them at all. We email. I have.
Okay, of course, since then, they have accepted the donation. Our friend Bob on YouTube said, "Are you still going to give Adventures with Purpose your Hellcat or $100,000?" Upchurch said, "I emailed them twice and got no response. If they don't want it, there ain't nothing I can do. If I can't get them to email me back, I don't know where to send the check to. So it is what it is. I don't know anymore." Well, since then, he did give him $100,000, but he wants it back because he found out about Jared and his nastiness. Speaking of nastiness, we have BX Beast Boy backstage. It's going to come up. Hopefully he sings, "You're nasty, fam. You're nasty." I want a big round of applause for BX Beast Boy. Hi.
Hi. How you guys doing?
How are you doing? This is a big treat, you guys. Huge treat. Round of applause. Look at that. We have been waiting a long time for that. What now? You have been calling people out left and right before the whole tragedy pimp thing. I was called a tragedy pimp by the glare.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he made fun of the way I look, the way I talk, the whole 9 yards. It's okay. I'm all right.
So the biggest tragedy pimp that looks funny himself tried to call you out and talk about your looks?
Yeah, because I had for Summerwell's 2-year anniversary, I played Jesus Loves Little Children and had a montage of Summer.
That doesn't sound bad at all.
Yeah, it is what it
How's
is.
that tragedy pimping? How?
I don't know. I don't make the rules, my friend. Only a few on the internet get to decide who can talk about crime and who can't.
Oh, nah, that's not. Yeah, no, that's not right. Especially from the glare. What made him a valid source? Doesn't he abuse children?
I've heard stories about his own family, but I can't verify that, you know.
His own family, and I can verify it. I have it clipped up. Like, you could literally go up to my channel and in his own words, he admits to it. Beat him bloody.
Hey guys, let's put BX's channel in here so everybody can subscribe. We have 500 people in here, so let's get to subscribing. So what do you make out of this lawsuit against Upchurch? Do you think it's valid? Do you think it's going to stand? Do you think it's going to pay out? It's going to get thrown out?
I would hope that they can solve it without anyone getting sued or even having to get a payout. It just seems weird to me that Annie from 10 in Life did something similar and has no consequences at all. That's just like odd to me.
Really?
Yeah. She definitely did the same thing and then just removed the videos and act like it never happened. Someone talks about it, she'll send them a message saying, "Hey, you can ask me questions in my email. Let's not make it public. I don't want people to know that I did the same thing that Upchurch did." But she definitely did. I could show you the receipts and statement of that as well.
Well, and I mean, I was really grossed out. I had a Facebook group for Sophie Long. We're all over the place today, guys. Don't worry, you're in good hands. I had a Facebook group for Sophie Long because I just didn't believe Michael Long. Well, I made the mistake of letting Critical K in there, and it went to hell in a handbasket. I had to get rid of her, just get all that crap off my plate. I told you about that.
Critical K is crazy. As far as the Michael Long situation, I always knew something was like funny about that. people were like so quick to jump on it and just like believe every word he said. Right, like those people that did that were the real tragedy pimps. The Galera, who else? Andy from 10 in Life. Even when I told the Galera specifically, I did not want to talk about the situation or talk to Michael Long. He snuck Michael Long onto a call with me. To where by the end, Michael Long agreed that maybe I should shut up and maybe listen to Beast Boy. Even said he wanted to call me before he ever said a statement after that. Just to find out that all of it was like malarkey. It's kind of crazy to me.
Gross. You had grown people that somehow got a hold of this little girl's medical records. I mean, a grown man talking about UTIs, bubble bath, but they failed to mention in all of these medical reports, and there was a ton of them, that there was no SA.
Right.
And it was just horrible what they did to her.
I believe they got the medical reports from him, from Michael Long himself, if I'm not mistaken.
Him or his wife at the time, Courtney, because she was part of the coaching gig.
Oh, wow. I think, because she was with Critical K, right? They was like exchanging stuff.
Yeah, I think a lot of people had a lot of backroom action going on. So I know how you feel about cancel culture, and I'm going to let you have the screen to talk about that, because it looks like a lot of people, they're not really looking at the lawsuit. They're looking at whether they do or don't like Upchurch. Now, we know he said some crazy stuff, but should he get canceled for that?
No, I don't think he should be canceled for that. It's freedom of speech. I do think that maybe he should be checked for it. Like maybe a conversation, someone who knows more information could speak to him, or it could just be a simple behind the scenes, him and the family just, talking about it privately, especially now that the information has come out for it. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, got it wrong. Right. So, yeah, I don't think he deserves to be canceled in any way. I'm anti-cancel culture to the fullest. Even people that don't like me, I don't want them to get canceled. Right. I think everyone should be able to say their opinions, grow some tough skin. Right. And stop being baby back bitches. Just deal with it. It's just words. No one should be canceled for something that they said. Only people that I can say, if you get canceled, I'm indifferent, would have to be something extreme, like a EDP 445 or something like that. Other than that, just allow people to do their thing, man.
Well, now, do you think Zav should get canceled for selling the autopsy pictures of Gannon? And other people did it, but she's the one that really, got hung out for it.
To be honest, no. And I've made a video giving her criticism for it. Do I think that she needs to apologize forever and then have everybody attack her at all times? She can't do videos ever again? No. I think that was a mistake. I think that her apology was kind of crazy, but who cares? It is what it is. If you choose to watch the person or support them, that's on you. But if they're just doing their thing and continuing, who am I to try to shut them down? You know what I mean? But if they're open to criticism, it is what it is.
And I think that she's been, drug enough. I mean, his father has been on News Nation, Law and Crime. She's fully aware what he has said, that this has reopened wounds. It's opened her up for a lawsuit, which is probably going to happen. It's probably going to happen.
You think so? Even after she removed it, took things down, all of that?
I don't know. You just, you don't know about this world. And when someone's hurt, they have to make themselves feel better somehow. That's the
issue. That's the issue. They're taking out their trauma and hurt on someone else. Someone made a mistake, but now you're going to take out everything that you feel on them. You're just using them as a puppet for your destruction. I think that's foul. See therapists, or go to get some kind of psychiatric help if it's bothering you. In fact, I highly recommend that. But to try to target someone for making a mistake, that's a little crazy. She didn't destroy anything involving you. She made a mistake, tried to monetize it. Now she knows not to wild out like that. What else do you want? Anything else would be cancel culture.
Yeah, and there's too much of that going on, in my opinion.
100%. 100%. I don't roll with that. I believe that if someone makes a mistake, they could just move on, right? If she keeps doing these things and keeps making a mistake, I'm gonna be the first one roasting her, right? But I did my little one video and that was it. Just move on. I was I don't know what she's doing now. I heard she came back. I'm not gonna be checking her every day to make sure this to see.
There's no point in beating a dead horse. If it's not
Right.
solved with that person, then you go to the courthouse. So I've seen a lot of comments about the Upchurch situation. Sorry guys, I told you you're in good hands. We're just really excited about our guest today. So we're going to be all over the place. All right. So a lot of people are saying, look, many people talked about Kiely Rodni. Maybe Daniel Rodni, which is Kylie's father, he's channeling his anger the wrong way. I don't know if you heard the beginning of the show. I talked about a case out of Texas where the custodial parent, the mom, allowed the daughter to go to a party. She took booze from the house, you name it. Well, she wound up dying. The
Damn.
non-custodial parent sued her.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of people are saying, why is he not mad at Lindsay letting her go to this party, being out after curfew, you name it? Do you think his anger is misdirected?
Yes. 100%. 100%. I do believe that, yeah. Especially if all that shit, yeah, 100%. Just taking it out on whoever they could take it out. Especially if you got Annie from 10 to Life doing the same thing. And no one's like, why does no one ever say anything when she does this? This is not the first time. She did this with Sophie Long, then erased the videos and act like it didn't happen. Then did this and erased the videos, act like it didn't happen. But everyone's going for Upchurch? That's kind of crazy. What's the difference between Upchurch and her?
Doesn't make sense. And I just don't know what, what's going to happen when they get to court. Because he's not scared of the courtroom. And look, I'm not on one side or the other because I've never lost a child and I don't want to. I don't ever want anybody else's problems. Okay? Never, never, never. The world's got too many problems. Fine Art on Fire said Church's wallet is the difference.
Yeah, that could be it. That could be it. What he did was, I'm not defending, but it happens all the time. I lost a relative like a year ago. And YouTubers that didn't like me came on and just started saying the most nastiest things about it. I didn't sue them. I didn't sue them at all. Like, in fact, if I had the money, I still wouldn't sue them because it's just words. It would have to be something like actually slander that's affecting my business or something like that currently. But a loved one, that's not a business, man. You got to ignore people that might come out and say stuff, especially if I think his intentions were to help in the beginning. Right, he wanted to help get the word out and use his big platform for that. Right, if he's questioning mainstream media, woke media, he might come out with some conspiracies here and there. I think that he should be careful, right? And I gave him criticism about that when I did speak on it. But to this extent, for to sue him and all that, I think it's extra. And you're blatantly avoiding other people or ignoring other people just to target him, and it's crazy. Maybe it's his political views too as well.
And that could be it. Like we had the Jason Aldean situation a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows that his political views, well, I mean, he's very conservative.
Right.
And so he does this song and they want him removed. They want his recording contract canceled. And I'm like,
that's
what?
Crazy. That's crazy. And that was a good song. But it's like, hurt their feelings.
Hurt their feelings. BX goes, I could hurt their feelings.
Right. Hurt their feelings. They're like, yo, we got to get that song out of here. We got to 86 it, which is stupid. It's a good song. They could just not listen to it. They can never play it. They could just do that. But now we got to make sure no one sees it. When this dude is actually just showing love to small towns. Made me want to move to a small town, actually.
Well, my husband and I were talking about this because when a lot of the riots and stuff were going on, I'm from a small town. So my hometown, they were having a protest coming through town. And the business owners were standing outside with their pew-pews. You know, certain things you can't say on YouTube. And people said that's closed-minded. They're protecting their businesses. They don't want them burnt down and stuff.
Right. While all these people are rioting and burning down businesses, what about the people that didn't have an easy upbringing, worked hard, built their business on their own just for it to be destroyed because you're upset, you're emotional? That makes no sense. What about these small towns that have small businesses that you're destroying? Like that's crazy to me. And how does that fix things in any way, shape, or form? It doesn't. Like those riots, I hate those riots. I actually lost my job because of the riots when they did happen. So like I'm super anti BLM. F them. Like F all right, F that. F that.
Well, from what I'm understanding, they're a very Marxist operation.
Well, the founder or one of the founders admitted that they were Marxist trained and
Well,
studied.
and if you're so against white people, why are you in a gated white neighborhood?
Right. It was really just a swindle. It was a grift. Let me get this money. Let me use black people to build up my income. And then I'm going to fund these all types of agendas that got nothing to do with black people. Like a lot of people don't know that the funding for BLM, a lot of it was pushed towards alphabet community agendas and things like that and transitioning. No one really knows that. You just gave these people your money because you felt bad or they guilted you into it. Not knowing that they don't care. They buying mansions and throwing parties with the money that was donated to BLM.
Mm-hmm.
That's
it's like
crazy.
when on my other channel, we did a lot of coverage about the train wreck in East Ohio.
Okay.
And when we started digging into BlackRock and everything they owned, besides Norfolk Southern, it became a rabbit hole I couldn't get out of.
Damn.
I mean, this stuff gets so deep, and we only see the surface of it. Behind it is a bunch of fat cats and politicians that aren't here for any of us.
Facts.
I hate
That is big facts.
I hate when people start arguing about their politics, and I'm like, look, argue your ideology, but here's a secret. Fun fact. None of these people give a shit about you.
Oh, big facts. They pretend to. It's like pro wrestling. When they like in front of the cameras, they argue with each other, and then when they behind the scenes, they high five. Good show. We got them to actually think that the left hates the right. Like that's what I believe. I don't even vote, to be honest. Like I am conservative, but just I can't get with the government and a lot of stuff they're doing. I don't rock with it. So I agree fully. Yeah, I don't think they care about us at all. It don't matter what skin color. Is really the people versus them. But people want to, I guess, cause more of a divide between the people. So we don't notice all the crazy things that they doing.
Deflection, deflection, deflection. Don't get me going on the damn Chinese balloon.
That was crazy. That made me feel so unsafe. It's just floating, and yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. What you mean? What do you mean don't worry about it? What is that? Why is it here? Why didn't you take it down already? Why does it take us so long to get that balloon down? Yeah, that was crazy. And I still got questions about that, to be honest.
Well, and the thing is, I live in Oklahoma. Everybody, carries. So you should have seen all the Okies outside with their guns in the air just waiting on the Chinese balloon. I'm like, do you people not have anything to do today? Or are you just going to drink beer and wait on the Chinese balloon?
Hey, he was probably scared, man. They thought it was going to be Red Dawn. And they thought someone was about to pop down and start fighting with them. It was just,
always here to save the country. Thank you for Oklahoma.
Shout outs to Oklahoma. I ain't mad at it, fam. I ain't going. If I was over there, I might have been out there with them. You know how terrifying that is?
Goodness, it looked like after a Oklahoma Sooners game when we just lost. They're outside drinking the Busch Light, shooting guns in the air, and I'm like, God, enough. All right, back to Upchurch. Like I said, guys, you're in good hands, but I'm all over the place. If all of these other creators were speculating and talking about Kiely, do you think there's going to be more lawsuits? And also, this is a two-part question. Since Upchurch took back what he said about her not being real, does it still stick? I'm not an attorney. What do you think?
It depends. If they're saying that at the time when he did say it, it caused like some kind of stress. If that's what they're suing for, then yeah, they might be able to still have a case. I'm not a lawyer, but it just sounds like they would. If he does take accountability, it's more of a moral thing of why would you continue to sue him if he made it right? Like that's more of a thing. Like, what are you really doing this for? There has to be some kind of other motive. And as far as if they're going to sue other people, I would love to see if they're going to do that. Because Annie from 10 to Life is among other YouTubers that did the same thing. Why is he targeted? One person in your chat said the money. That could 100% be it. But if you think Annie ain't getting bread, you wrong. You're wrong. If she's getting it, she could afford a lawsuit too. So it's got to be something else, right? But I don't know if they're gonna come out with other like lawsuits, like unless we find out in the next few days when they do it all at once. Or you think they're gonna do it one at a time?
I don't know. I guess they're going to see how this pans out. And I did see a very interesting comment that said it's funny that they filed this a week after the critical K judgment. Because, you know, they had that default judgment because she decided to defend herself in court. She kept saying wrong jurisdiction. I don't have money to defend myself. But she sent her letter. It was postmarked from Hawaii.
Wow.
But she's a critical thinker.
No, she not. I always said that. No, she not. She was never a critical thinker. I
So
debated her and all her flunkies, and she didn't last 1 minute.
Yeah. So they handed down $500,000. How would you like that hanging over your head? Because the courts don't care. They don't expect you to have a cashier's check in hand. You're going to pay it till you shit the bed.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's about to happen. I don't see what else is she doing where she would even be able to cover that. So yeah, she pretty screwed.
No, they'll do intercepts of tax refunds. She's married. Now they won't be able to garnish her husband's wages. They can put a lien on their home. They can put a lien on their boat. Ray Andrecchio is not going to go away after what was said about her.
Yikes.
Now, in this case, David Robertson is saying that Creek Squad left a ton of bad reviews. And so it hurt him in the pocket as far as renting out rooms. Now, while this case was going on, their rooms were sold out because so many people were wanting to go there just to get close to the Kiely Rodni case. So he's going to have to provide those receipts that their income went down, don't you think?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. He would absolutely have to provide that. And then if they pull it up and it's found that he lying, that's going to look bad. I wonder if Upchurch can counter.
And he probably will. He's not, I mean, he's been to this dance before. He's been sued before. He's sued other people. He's suing his own mama right now, and he should. She should be held criminally liable for what she did. And trust me, I'm not a fan. Me and him got into it one day, and I told him, I don't even know who you are. I never heard of you before. I said, I'm a George Strait fan.
Am I the only person that knows about this that is a fan of Upchurch? Like, I love his music. His music is dope as hell.
I still think... And I'm a Morgan Wallen fan, don't get me wrong, but I still think Morgan Wallen, now that I know more about Upchurch, ripped off that Broadway Girls song from him.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that's crazy.
They were going back and forth. Okay, let me look at this. Then we're going to get to what he has said about, well, this lawsuit.
I had my manager send some emails. God damn, that was loud. I have my manager send them some stuff. They I haven't heard back from them yet, but they have been busy too, so I don't know.
All right, good to know. Appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, I have to send myself this picture to put it up.
Hell yeah, I got a girlfriend, mama. How y'all doing, chat? Ryan Upchurch is fake. Was that his cousin? That's the dumbest fucking comment I've seen so far. There's not a photo of Kiely at no party. Stop lying. I don't know why the chat's lying.
He was getting into it with the chat that day. Somebody called him a turd bird and he got mad.
Well, I don't think he should have been paying attention to the chat in this moment. But that was in this chat while he was speaking to you?
Yeah, this is from my show the last time he was on.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he's just going at it with people.
Yeah, he was fighting with people. And poor old Jules and Jay Woody were up on panel. Jules hadn't hit the moonshine yet, so she was somewhat calm. She wasn't coming out of her skin yet.
He was already
now false information.
Ready to go to war.
Hang on. I'm trying to load this. Bear with me.
Do your thing. I'm sus of everybody, bro.
Did you see the I guess I'm going to call it a tribute, I guess, that Jagger put out for Kiely?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Comida la policía.
I'm trying to find the tweet where law enforcement says they know she was at the party.
They full of shit.
Well, then who was at the party?
Ain't no party. What party?
Well, I have questions about the party too.
Bro, that party ain't real. There's shit. Somebody sneezed in my town. Somebody filmed it. It's on 30 Facebooks. They sneezed the wrong way. This big ass party planned for 3 months and ain't nobody fucking have a video. You know what I mean?
Oh, they said it's an annual party they've been planning all year. So then why did Sammy leave the party that she supposedly was planning early?
Because it ain't real. None of it's real. Look at all the cops in the damn press conference. They're all wearing different colors. And not even different colors as in like blue, green, and tan. Like there's like 3 different color tans, 3 different color blues, different color greens. Like, nah, dude. Anybody that knows police and police departments knows that shit is off. They look like that's a costume. Why you think there's no why? And not only that.
So that's what I put up. This lady had tweeted to Placer Sheriff, "Are you able to confirm that Kiely Rodni attended the party before she went missing?" And they confirmed, yes. But he was denying there was a party. And I have a lot of questions about the party too. I have a lot of questions why nobody has been held accountable for serving alcohol and other things to minors. And I don't know if you've seen this clip from the autopsy. This is the lung and stomach report. I got to get my glasses on. The right lung weighs 100 grams and the left lung weighs 110 grams. The pleural surfaces are smooth and the lungs are light, maroon to gray tan. No markings are seen. The lungs are moderately decomposed, soft, and maroon in color. Who the hell's trying to call me? There are no apparent focal lesions. Then it goes on to say that they're unremarkable and there's no water present in her stomach or lungs. So, of course, people have questions.
Yeah.
You know, we're not doctors. We just wonder, like, how in the world can you drown without the presence of water in your organs?
That does sound crazy.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on that?
On how you could drown without presence of water in you? I don't know how that's possible, to be honest. But like you said, we're not doctors, but I don't think people are wrong for asking the question itself. Nah, I don't think nothing's wrong. As far as with what Upchurch is saying, based off of different color shirts, I was kind of like lost, but like, wow, because the shirts were different that the cops weren't real.
Yeah, this was insane when he came on. It was something else. And he backtracked on another channel and said that he's rethought it and that's it.
Okay, all right. So he fixed that. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Because that sounds wild. So as long as he actually is coming out there and taking accountability, I don't see the problem then. If he stood on that, I was about to be like, wow, huh? What's that supposed to mean? And colors are different. But okay, if he came on and corrected it, I get you.
Yeah, but I mean, they want him canceled. So, and again, I'm not a doctor. I don't know how you drown without water. Some people say it could be a secondary drowning, or they say, well, it had been several days. Yeah, but several days she had been in the water.
Yeah, that don't sound right. I ain't going front.
No, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, bro, I'm not even a cop. They all got different badges. One of them got a Texas Ranger badge on. It looks like. None of the outfits are actually fitted. It looks like they all look like they're fucking either large, medium, or small. And you mean to tell me if they're this big fucking police department and got all these police departments, they got what? These plastic things in the background that are obviously pushed together? Shit.
All right, I just put on the screen. Hang on. They were tweeted, "Are you able to confirm that Kiely Rodni attended the party before she went missing?" And they replied, yes.
She attended the party before she went missing. Listen to that sentence. They answered that.
Well, how did that car get in the lake? And whose body's in the lake?
Who fucking knows?
Hmm.
You think if it was like a big deal and they had like 9,000 hours and listen, no offense, but everybody in the comments saying that I'm crazy, listen to the fucking sentence I'm saying. They spent 9,000 hours apparently looking for somebody with air support. Did you hear that? He said fucking air support and divers, and they couldn't find somebody in a little lake in 9,000 hours. Why is it all faked? Are you serious? Hello, they probably made $700,000 in GoFundMe's. It's free money. What do you mean?
Well, there's one GoFundMe. It's only $60,000. That wouldn't orchestrate all of this, would it? I don't think so.
Orchestrate what?
I mean, what we're talking
Air
about.
support,
I mean, the car in the
diving,
lake,
searching,
all the searches and stuff like that. I mean, I only know of one GoFundMe, and it's up to like 60 grand. Yeah, I was trying to explain, about the dives and stuff like that. And it was explained to me by someone who lives in the area, because the Tahoe area, remember Jacques Cousteau was always trying to find the Loch Ness Monster and stuff out there.
Yeah.
And the water is very, very, very murky. Sea Star said speculation is not defamation, in my opinion.
It depends on how dangerous it is. If it like hinders the case or like the police investigation, and then you can also add like just the fact of trauma with the parents, if this somehow bothered them and they was receiving like comments from his fans or something like that. As far as that, but I think that would be something different for sure. Just depends on how extreme he's going.
How extreme he's going, and there's a lot of weird things that go on in that little town of Truckee. I'm sure it's a gorgeous town. I'm sure it's great people. We've had several of them on panel, but not too long ago, a girl named Trinity Backus, she died. She left her aunt's house. She had done acid and took off in her pajamas. Now I think this was like in November, and she wound up like freezing to death. No charges were filed. Now, why would you not file charges against the aunt and her boyfriend? They're adults.
Right. Whoever gave her the stuff. Was it them?
Yeah. They were doing it.
Then they should be charged. Yeah. That's crazy.
I don't get it. I don't understand why children are so devalued in our society by some people. Not anybody around here, but it's the strangest thing. We talk on this channel quite a bit about Alexi Treviso. She had a baby in the bathroom at the hospital, suffocated and put it in the trash.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What? She went to jail, right?
She bonded out for $100,000.
What?
$100,000, yeah. Now she's in Texas with her dad because she said she can't take the torment. Well, that torment's online. No ankle monitor and has to go to counseling. And her attorney is suing the hospital for malpractice because they gave her morphine. Well, when women are in labor, they get pain medication.
Yeah. That's great, and got the nerve to sue. Wow. Yeah, that's disgusting. They need to be put under the jail.
Her and her boyfriend went to the prom a few months later.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is insane. Wow. You need to let her get off on bond.
We have a very, very strange world we're living in.
Yeah, that sounds crazy suspect. That ain't right.
She's horrible.
I know, and I don't know where's the searches at. They no video of nobody searching. Show me a video of 9,000 man hours of searching. 0. None. You see Exanime's fat ass trying to get in a canoe, apparently. That's it.
And that's weird that she was out there kayaking.
Yeah. Not only that, her ass don't even speak good English. What do you mean she's in the military? She don't speak good English? What? She has platinum blonde hair in her camis. You're not allowed to do that. That's not a thing. No, dude. Why are y'all saying AWP is lying, bro? No one is saying anything about AWP. The people that are doing that are in here, I know what y'all are, dude. I live in Nashville, okay? The mainstream media is right down the street. You guys are paid for. People can pay for bots to talk shit. Everyone knows that.
Everybody be respectful. Everybody has an opinion. You don't have to agree with my opinion, Ryan's opinion, anybody's opinion. Just
yeah.
All right. So here's a picture of Kiely. I believe this is one that Jagger took.
Is it a picture of Kiely? We don't even know if that's a real person, though. There's no documents.
Damn.
You know what I mean? I could show you a picture of somebody that you ain't never seen before and be like, this is Larry. It might be Ted. Who knows? Why do you think they didn't put out an Amber Alert for a 16-year-old? Because they can't put out an Amber Alert. They're not real cops. What are they going to do? Call the other cops and be like, hey, put out this Amber Alert on this fake person.
This is what they said about the Amber Alert. They said, according to CHP Truckee, there are 4 criteria that all need to be met for an Amber Alert to be issued. Confirmation that an abduction had occurred. The victim is 17 or younger or has a proven mental or physical disability. The victim is in imminent danger of death or serious bodily injury. Information is available that, if given to the public, could help with the recovery. It said CHP Truckee told KCRA 3 that 3 of the 4 are currently met in the case.
That's bullshit. When does that Amber Alert go out? I'm going to Google it.
Oh, no.
Oh, this was wild. This was wild, my friend. I was getting worried for him. I was really getting worried.
Yeah, that sounds great. You can't say like we can't believe mainstream and all this other stuff and everything could be speculation and then go, I'm going to Google it. That sounds crazy. You don't think Google will lie? If that's the route you're going? Like, you don't think that anyway.
Well, the Google stuff makes me so mad because everybody's a doctor and a lawyer. Well, look, I looked on Google and these are the laws. And I'm like, but you understand, if it was that simple, we'd all be lawyers. Law is up to interpretation, according to Alexander Hamilton. That's the reason you have sometimes an entire law firm defending someone, because when one says it's murder, the other one says no. And they go back and forth. They do case studies. They do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. It's not just, let me Google it. That sounds crazy. And then Google hides certain links and shows, it decides what it wants to show you. So if you're really going to go the route of we can't trust what people are telling us, Googling something isn't valid. That's like saying, I know it, I looked on Wikipedia. That's just, yeah, it's not possible.
Now, Ryan Upchurch is saying that this lawsuit's not real, that he hasn't been served anything. We know there's not a case number, which I would think if it had been filed, there'd be a case number. Maybe not a judge assigned. So I have a lot of questions about that.
Well, I've seen some kind of documentation. Some documentation was sent to me. That was supposed to be proof that it wasn't in court or that they filed it. That's probably what it is, that they filed it and it didn't fully go through yet.
What I'm looking at, it says in the United States District Court for the Middle District of Tennessee, Nashville Division, Daniel Robertson and Daniel Rodni are the plaintiffs versus Ryan Upchurch. It says jury demand, case number, and judge are blank. And that was as of this morning. So I don't know.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. So you think it's fake?
Oh, they're lying.
Think it's real?
It's only 3 things.
You don't know?
I have no idea. I have no idea. It just could have gotten into the wrong hands, and someone maybe you have to pay to get the actual filing. I don't know how it works in Nashville. You know, because people in Nashville, I mean, they're always trying to get their court records because, you know, if old Garth Brooks gets a DUI, they want their hot hands on that as fast as possible.
That's crazy. He's like, nah, we need that. Yikes.
The child is in imminent danger of a bodily injury or death. there's a description of the child, an abductor, or a vehicle. All three things. Perfectly fine.
Did I say it wrong? Hang on.
No. I'm saying they're lying. There's not three things. There's not four things. There's only three things.
They only have to have three?
Yep, they only got to do three. It's the child is 17 years of age or younger. The child is in imminent danger of bodily injury or death. And there is a description of the child, abductor, or vehicle. She definitely met all them three.
Well, and then I have a
They
question.
had to add one. That's why it's on they could have easily just Googled Amber Alert and screenshotted the first thing that popped up, but they didn't. They made a Microsoft Word thing and just added one thing and was like, nope, she doesn't apply for one.
What about the people that are saying, and I'm one, that we're still side-eyeing Sammy? We think something happened that night.
Sammy's ass is older than what she says she is. She's not, and that's not her name, I don't think. Otherwise, why would she dip out? Not only that, you could tell they all fucking are doing drugs or some shit because I mean, look, they're already tripping over each other's story. Because when the Placer Sheriff Department, apparently the quote unquote Placer Sheriff Department, you know, the one that comments on celebrities' pages and goes, "Hey, bro, delete that picture." That the police department is the same police department that let this fucking chick Sammy just get up there and talk about random shit all the time.
Well, what about her dad that was on the beach and her grandpa and her mom?
I didn't see them.
Yeah, let me see. I have a picture of her dad on the beach.
I sound like I'm crazy daddy Don Wells. What the fuck? Don't call me daddy, bro. Only girls can do that. What the fuck you know? Anne Heche does exist. What are you saying? Like, is something wrong with the fucking crime community? What is wrong?
He was also saying Anne Heche doesn't exist. Help me out here, BX.
Yikes. Wait. Wait, one more time. Give it to me one more time. I just want to make sure. Say it one more time. Just to make sure.
Yeah.
No, I want you to repeat it. Repeat it for me one more time.
Yeah, he said Anne Heche doesn't exist. I think he obviously was having a hard time that week because I used to watch Anne Heche. My mom watched soap operas all the time. Sure she was Vicky and Marley on Another World.
I seen her in something recently. I wanted to make sure I heard that right when you said it. Like, wait, so does he think that she was like AI or something? What do you mean? Like she don't exist at all?
Yep. I mean, I think what he was doing was just trolling people. I think this was just for, shits and giggles, honestly. I think he knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, that could have been just extreme amount of trolling. To say something like that. So like John Q, Donnie Brasco, none of that exists. Know what you did last summer? Nah, like that was just like some like computer generated. Like they had the technology back then? Mm-hmm. Just be putting on. Yeah, he had to be trolling.
We have a member of Creek Squad in here right now says that Ryan knows how to troll and trigger people at the same time, and it's hilarious.
So that's what it was. He was trolling then.
Okay. That's exactly right. Well, 843 Creeker, it wasn't a fun day for me because if you had seen my comments from Creek Squad, I didn't know what the world to do. That was nuts because people were saying that I was rude to him.
He was in here just making up stuff.
Yeah.
It
was crazy.
You don't sound rude at all either from what I'm listening to. Damn.
I have my moments. I'm sure.
So in this, you are going to be.
I have my moments in life. I'm sure sometimes we can only take so much.
Yeah, I do.
And Heche used to be on Another World. She played Marley and Vicky.
She's definitely real. Well, I'm not saying that Anne Heche is fake. Am I saying that there is a fake news channel putting fake Anne Heche news out? Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. That's what they do. That's the scam. Ryan's going to be in handcuffs. Yeah, a guy that lives in Tennessee is going to be in handcuffs by some dumb fucking fake cops. Yeah, I don't think so.
All right. Enough of that.
Oh no, you don't make the rules. Goodbye.
Okay, so that's where he got mad at me. And I wasn't talking to him. I was talking to the people in the chat because they were trolling him back. I said, all right, enough. Stop. They were calling him turd bird. You're going to go to jail. And he's like, you don't make the rules. And he got mad and jumped off.
Because he thought you was talking to him.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then you said he switched opinions after this, right? Like he's come on his okay.
Yeah, he was on Trev Time said, all you said was enough. Yeah. My goodness. Yeah, because when Zav Girl was doing those 13-hour lives, he would jump on there, and on there is when I think Jared from Adventures with Purpose, and we know how that's going. He was on her panel, and he was talking about when they found Kiely and stuff like that. So obviously, talking to him, he had to back down.
He backed down talking to them.
Yeah.
But then why in particular was that? Why do you think for that person they backed down?
Well, I mean, maybe because, it was his crew that found her in the back of the Honda.
Okay.
What are you going to do? You're going to tell him, no, you found a Hollywood dummy?
Right. Then he has to back down. He has no choice, right?
Yeah, on that one. When he's sitting there, describing when they got the car out of the water, how they went down there, Doug and Nick and everything, he can't really say, no, that's Hollywood.
Yeah, how could he argue with that? He would have to start accepting facts at that point.
How long are your lives normally?
I would say 2, maybe 3 hours max. If I do anything longer than that, is something special going on. Okay. Or maybe I'm just playing a video game.
Sometimes they'll stretch to like 3 hours. I don't know how some of these people, do 6, 7, 8 hours. Old Molly Go Lightly, when she had her channel, she ate a whole cake in front of everybody one day.
Yo, that's crazy. just a whole cake just to do it. Like, let me just eat this whole cake.
Oh yeah, I was
that's insane.
Yeah, and I guess now I don't know what Kick is, but she's on there, and she had her phone on, and it recorded her sleeping all night.
She did a sleep stream.
I'm like, what is this, a sleep study? When I heard that, I died laughing. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, there's people that do that within the live stream world. Like, they'll just leave the camera on and go to sleep. And there's people that would sit there and watch them. I remember, I think Miss Wonderful used to do that too. She would do sleep streams. People just listen to her snoring. It'll be a chat full of people too. Some people like it. It's not for me.
No, I don't want to watch Molly sleep. No.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't want to watch her be awake. I don't want to
watch her eat. Nothing.
Word, nothing. Yeah, I prefer not to.
So what do you think puts a label on someone as a tragedy pimp, and what do you think gives those people the right to judge other people on their content?
Well, I don't think those people should be judging nothing. Let's start with that. But as far as a tragedy pimp, if you're asking like what would make someone a tragedy pimp, it's not only talking about certain cases or tragedy, but the way that you exploit it, right? If it's 100% just money, that's all I care about, paywalling and things of that nature, as well as you're going the extra mile, maybe even popping up to some of these places and arguing with people on camera and waiting for the news crew, and you're doing a whole bunch of this. The good old Al Sharpton, pop up whenever the cameras are there, get your little clout and credit in and run and leave and act like you care, but you didn't care. That's another important portion of that as well, is pretending like you really give a damn about these cases, like you really do. And then as soon as the camera cut off, no, you don't. You just go on about your business and all those things. I think those are a few factors that make someone a tragedy pimp. Not just talking about the cases itself. No, you got to put some extra sauce on it.
Yeah, the ones I can't get over is like when you tag, let's say, I'll just say Summer Wells because we did a show about her yesterday. Okay. Let's say you tag a missing child, but you're in there talking about your electric bill.
Yeah, that's tragedy pimping.
I don't understand that. Like you think that you're there to hear about the case. Maybe there's an update, they're like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to pay this electric bill. And I'm like, why are you talking about that? We all have bills.
Oh, for the money. That's why they're talking about it. So someone can donate and feel bad for them. Right? Some of these people even do GoFundMe's for like apartments. They got nothing to do with none of these true crime cases, but they do it. They'll do GoFundMe's for their apartments or to pay rent and things of that. It's nasty as hell. Yes, those are tragedy pimps without a doubt. What does any of your bills have to do with anything? Right? If you hear me talk about a bill, it's overall of an on-running joke of how broke I am, right? I got like a clip from this movie that me and my friends used to laugh at, like broke. It's funny as hell, right? So that's it, right? But I'm not sitting there saying I can't pay this bill, guys. I'm gonna get it done regardless. I'm gonna pull yourself up by the bootstraps kind of guy. But if I go say, here's this fundraiser, so I could pay rent. No, go get a job. If things is like that bad, man. Right?
Yeah,
If things is that crazy.
some of us have a channel and a job.
Right.
How many of you have ever had to call the utility company and make arrangements and say, I'm going to pay it the next Friday?
I just pay when I pay it. I'm gonna pay it. I ain't never had to never called them and nothing. I just know what they coming for. I've always been like that. I'm the guy that if my mom told me to clean something, I would do it immediately, so I wouldn't have to hear her say it again, because I don't like being bothered. So I try to pay my bills immediately. You ain't got it.
Well, when my boys were growing up, let me tell you what, they would eat me out of house and home. Okay. So sometimes I was like, ooh, sometimes you would have more month than money. So I'm like, yep, got to call the utility department and say, well, I get paid on Thursday. You'll get it Friday. I'll be right there.
Better than avoiding it. It's better than not paying it for sure. And I'm sure they appreciated it too.
Never thought about getting on YouTube going, how am I going to pay this utility bill?
See, you already knew that you was going to pay it. You put the work in towards it and you already had it figured out. These people, they're not even adults. That's what that tells me. If they're not able to do that, then they're not even adults.
Well, you know what you have to pay every month. And what I can't get over is that the people that are funneling money to them, they have the same bills.
Right.
They have a utility bill too.
It's the emotional manipulation. That's what it is. People feel a strong attachment to these cases, right? Because they remind them of maybe relatives, or everyone has like a strong attachment to protecting kids. These tragedy pimps will use that, manipulate people, and then slide themselves up in there as if they a child. like, hey, I know you guys, have strong attachments to, emotion and stuff, but I'm sad because I can't pay rent. And then these people are manipulated and they just help. Right? I can't tell anyone what to do with their money, but I do notice that it is a grift. Within tragedy pimping, they grifting. That's what that is.
Yeah, I know one creator, and he had a moderator. Her and her husband worked at Walmart. One worked behind the counter. And her husband was he was basically a shopping cart pusher. And every time they would get paid, they would do a Walmart to Walmart transaction to this dude.
Wow.
When I heard that, I about shit and fell back in it.
And he's just giving it to them just because they supported him?
Yeah, because they believe in his mission to help to find these kids.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Damn. Now, if you said they just gave it to him because they wanted to, just to support him, whatever. People can do whatever they want their money. But what? For the kids? Is he out there in the streets? Is he a cop or something? He a detective? What's he doing? Is he actually saving children?
Yeah. No.
Oh, I was about to say.
Guess how many cases I've solved on this channel, BX?
How many?
It's a very round number. 0.
Oh. That sounds about right.
0. Guess how many warrants I've obtained? 0.
Yeah,
0. Guess how much DNA I've analyzed?
0.
There you go.
Getting the hang of it.
This is going to be an easy quiz. Guess how much body cam I've obtained?
0.
CCTV? 0. How many tire tracks have I analyzed?
0.
Shoe prints have I put the putty down in and taken it to the lab?
0.
There you go. I tell everybody here, don't come here for breaking news or thinking that I'm solving anything. It
Right.
doesn't work that way. See, I don't have a badge.
Facts. You're doing it the right way. See, that is actually really refreshing to hear. I'm so used to hearing like other people like the Glare like, oh, we on this mission. we the Justice League. You know, he really wanted to start a Justice League in true crime.
A Justice League for what?
He wanted to start a Justice League where everyone is a different member of the Justice League within true crime, and they begged me to be Batman. And I was like, kiss my ass. Y'all sound crazy. You sound insane. Like, what? No, I don't trust none of y'all. I ain't trust him. Dad challenge. None of them. None of them. They all was nasty to me because I was right about the Michael Long situation. I knew it. I seen what they was doing with the Sophie Long case. I knew. Grifting. Asked me to be Batman.
So you told him just hell no? How did the Justice go? I guess I didn't keep up with that.
I don't think it went well. I know they all start trying to cancel me for a few months after that, and then I think they kind of start splitting up to where they kind of work with each other, but it's more in secret now. They don't want you to see them behind the scenes sending each other stuff. And yo, hey, you should go and talk about this person. Yo, this person. Like they all literally had meetings about me. How could they take me down? Which is hilarious because not a single one of them could debate their way out of a wet paper bag. But it is what it is.
He came on my channel one time and you clipped it for yours. And he was telling me not to, he's like that I shouldn't be looking at Candace Wells' Facebook. Well, there was pictures of Summer Wells on there all bruised up, and I know that there's a CPS investigation. Am I a social worker? No. But I was looking at it. These are public pictures.
Man.
And he goes, well, they're not like you. You know, I mean, he was really defending them. Now, mind you, they have done some nasty things. Nasty things. And so I brought up the Sophie Long case, and he just got off.
There's no defending that. They all know they were foul for that, bro. They know because I was the only one at the time, this is my recollection, saying, yo, this is not right. We shouldn't be talking about this. I told that to Sloan. I told the Glarer. I told Annie that. Dad Challenge podcast. They all called me crazy. I was like, yo, fam, I don't think we got enough information. But yeah, he knows he was wrong. He knows he was dead wrong for that. Him and Annie. That's why she deleted it, did like a little fake apology video and act like none of the video. She built up a whole following, like was getting hundreds of thousands of subs off of the Sophie Long case, making up information, just making it up as long as they go. Right. That's what they do. So of course he's going to run. He doesn't want to even debate me. He runs every chance he gets because he knows I got all the receipts.
Well, that was mob mentality. And what happened to Kelly Long and her children? They had to go to a hotel. They had armed guards by the Frisco police outside that hotel, making sure those internet crazies didn't get to her.
That's
and
insane.
The kids. I could not believe that.
Yeah, that is crazy.
And some of those apologies that came out sounded like they were written by attorneys.
I believe so. I do believe there's a reason why Annie only replies in writing after you send it to her email. I think she sent it to her attorney and then probably finds out the right way to answer certain things. That's just my opinion. I don't know for sure.
Thank you, Trev Time. Thank you, Trev Time. Trev Time actually said in here, he's not real. What do you do? Are you trolling me, Trev? And I've had to come on here before and, look like a sack full of assholes and tell people I was wrong about something. I got all sucked in on this case of this little boy named Dominic where his parents were saying that he was burnt by some neighborhood bullies. And then here came the neighbor's camera that it didn't go anything like that. They had $1 million GoFundMe. He got tickets to the Yankees game. You name it.
Yikes. That's crazy. But if you make a mistake, taking accountability, there's nothing wrong with it.
No, and everybody understands that. I mean, how many of us make mistakes? We make mistakes.
All
I
of
tell
us.
people on here all the time, I'm not going to solve this crime for you.
Right. You're doing it the right way. I wish more true crime channels would start off with just saying that. Like, yeah, listen, we're just reviewing stuff. I'm finding it out with you guys, just looking at. That's the best way to do it. That's the proper way to do true crime, not act like you're more than everybody wants to be a authority in this space. And it's like, if you're not like cop, detective, investigator, which if they really wanted to, could work on just getting the investigator license if they want to take it that serious. But I think more people should do it like how you're doing it.
I mean, I'm also not just going to sit here and go, I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. What do you think? I mean, of course I have an opinion, but once law enforcement, like I said, guys, we're all over the place today. That's all right. Once law enforcement has said, okay, like in the Michael Vaughn case, he's been missing for over 2 years out of Fruitland, Idaho. When the police said he was abducted, well, then they have the case file, not me. People on Twitter Spaces and YouTube were still saying that his parents did it. Then they came out and they announced 4 suspects that are in this ring of nastiness. This one woman is still after the parents, saying that she did her own investigation and people need to respect her work.
What?
Yeah.
And what is she, just a YouTuber?
Yep. She got a spirit box from Amazon.
Oh, no. A spirit box? I hate, you know what? And that's how she's solving crimes?
Solving crimes, my friend. She's solving crimes.
Respect her spirit box, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Solving
that's nasty as hell. What a spirit box.
Let me ask our friend BX, because he's in the hot seat, and you're going to come back and visit us again, aren't you?
Of course.
Of course. There you go. OJ, stop. That's my cat. Stop it. No, you have to really stop right now. I think you've caused enough havoc today. I'm going to make you some chicken in a minute. How can Ryan Upchurch be considered a tragedy pimp when he gave $100,000 of his own money to Adventures with Purpose, which he wants back because he found out about Jared? So would he be considered a tragedy pimp?
No, that's crazy. He's not a tragedy pimp at all. One, he doesn't have to speak about these cases. He chooses to because he actually cares about them, right? So I'm not gonna like try to say, oh, he's a tragedy pimp. He's doing this just for he don't need it. He's literally a musician. He's a dope musician too. That's why I'm a fan of him from, right? Not really so his commentary, but more so I love his music. He's dope as hell, right? So this is not necessary. And then on top of that, he's donating and trying to like actually genuinely help. I think it was just he wanted to help. And within the excitement of trying to help, he might have said a few things that were incorrect. If he's made a correction, I don't see how anyone can compare him to a tragedy pimp in any way, shape, or form. Like that makes no sense, especially when the people trying to accuse him of such, maybe like the Glera, is one of the biggest tragedy pimps on YouTube. Is that they're going to use deflection to try to throw people off the scent of them.
Does he really do moderator meetings with no shirt on, the glare?
Yes.
Oh.
That's a fact. His moderator came out and tried to expose him. I think they're still friends now, but she did a video exposing him, and yeah, he definitely will call him up with his shirt off. That's just crazy, but hey, that's what he does.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to see that, but that's just me. That's just me. All right, let's see what Upchurch has said, and we're going to continue to talk about this because I really just because, you know, I have a channel, BX has a channel. Of course, I want to know how this is going to play out because if we're going to get sued for opinions, well, it's hard enough to do true crime on YouTube without having these things happen. What happened to Critical K, I totally understand because what she said about Ray Andrecchio affected her job. She works, she's a mental health professional. That should not have been said about her. So, I mean, you know, Ray had every reason to sue. Every reason. Right. There's several that I see and I'm like, yeah, they had every reason to sue. Some I don't. I don't.
Y'all, I'm scared. The YouTube crime community is coming for me.
What am I gonna do? Bunch of fucking Inspector Gadgets. Y'all know y'all are not real detectives, right? You're laying on your bed in your underwear going, oh, I don't know, guys. What do you think? Sheesh, really getting to the bottom of shit, huh? I mean, there is a reason y'all are trying to be like murder solvers on YouTube. It's okay if you leave 5 of the little stick things out of the triangle game at Cracker Barrel. Everybody's different. I mean, I get it. Can't solve your own problems. So you're like, look at me, guys. I'm a really great problem solver. I'm investigating things at places. Oh, yeah, I investigate. I'm the best investigator. I type keywords in the search bars and click enter. What I mean when I say I go to these places, I look at all the best quality pictures. I hiked the Appalachian Trail on Google Earth. Went to Street View, had to click it 651 times. My finger was very damaged at the end. My fingernails held up pretty good, walking all those digital steps. At one part, I hiked like 320,000 clicks with a hangnail. What you know about pain, the things you do to be the greatest investigator. Such a good investigator, I'm going to make an investigation station for all races to solve all problems at all places, search all the nooks, crannies, and spaces, analyze every statement, search for clues even if it's in the grass, water, or pavement. Bars. Something YouTube investigators don't put criminals behind because you don't know how to investigate nothing. You're not a good investigator. You ain't no investigator. You couldn't investigate a refrigerator for moldy taters that you put in there yourself to save for later. I went there, y'all. I did. I went all the way there. He did go there, y'all. I seen him go there.
So we can tell he's not really taking this lawsuit too seriously.
Not at all.
Remember, he has attorneys, guys. It's not like you're suing someone in the next neighborhood. He has attorneys.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So I think maybe you think he's good, and then he's just, because he knows that he's fine, that he can just joke about it.
You know what? Okay, we're not doing this.
OJ jump on you?
My cat is crazy. He's a Bombay cat. And when he wants to eat, he wants to eat. That's it. He has these snack puzzles for him to get his snacks out of. But he's used to my husband feeding him out of his hand. Well, he's going to have to learn to use the damn snack puzzles.
Okay.
I mean, I know I would, I'm sure if you want a Cheeto, you wouldn't want to have to go through a puzzle to find it, but he's getting to that.
You're going to have to learn how to do it.
He's got a fat roll under his chin. I'll send you a picture of him. Yeah, he's getting fat.
Cat's that
Here
big?
with my own screen, I got. I'm absolutely right. He's absolutely right. Everybody's absolutely right. I don't know what he went. Did he go somewhere? He went somewhere. He probably went to a spaceship with his Illuminati friend. It's broken. You could say that. Apparently, there was lots of footage yesterday on TikTok of a bunch of true crime channels just fucking going nuts. Apparently, I don't know. This is what I hear. Apparently, about 11 true crime channels spent 11 hours going live yesterday making fuck up church videos, and my shitty day just got better. I was like, hell yeah, bro. It's like cartoons all day on Saturday for adults, and I ain't seen not one of them. Forgot I don't watch cartoons. I only watch documentaries. I mean, true crime could be a documentary. Look, see, here's my crossed fingers. If they don't document nothing, they just read stuff that other people read. That's all. I mean, I seen them, like the thumbnails, and I was like, God damn, look at all the time these motherfuckers are wasting doing something I'm never going to look at. And I know what you're thinking. I know what they're thinking. This is the part where they'd be like, oh, quit acting like you don't see it. No, I see the thumbnail. I purposely don't click or watch any seconds of the video.
Do you know why I do that?
Because I'm an extra ass motherfucker. And if I wanted to be an extreme asshole, I would order a lie detector test, hook it up to myself, and then I would say, I've never seen these videos. And it would be like, he's telling the truth. Just to make him this much more angry.
You don't need to do that shit. It's not that important.
This is all Upchurch's wrongdoing. It's him. It's his fault for the universe. I'm an asshole. A lot of these true crime channels are people who drag really simple words out really long and do their hands like this because they're like, look at me. I'm sounding and looking real smart. See how my fingers are crossed like Andrew Tate's? It's because I know what's going on. Sad people. Kind of like watching kindergartners play with the plastic food. They're like, look, I'm cooking. See me cooking the plastic fake food? I'm a good cook, aren't I? And you as the adult, you're like, so good. You're doing fucking great. Where was this made at? Oh, in China? Goddamn, I thought it was Olive Garden. Kind of the same thing, but with lazy adults. Then again, thinking and trying is really not my thing. Like, bro, you know how easy it is to get your, like, investigator license? Get off your couch. Bro, could invest in a fence company or invest in baby alligators and be a better investigator than you. You don't even need a license to look at something and investigate it. You just won't invest time to investigate. You goofy, stupid fucks. What kind of real investigator talks about their active investigation? And that's how they act too. It's so fucking funny. They be posted up, you know, with all these CGI fireworks before their fucking investigator show comes up. Then they like turn into the camera and they're like, hello, welcome to this very important thing where you know that I'm smart because of my crossed finger. It appears today that apparently, allegedly, we are going to click play on a video that's going to tell us news that is not new. It is in fact old because I'm telling you. Don't worry, I'm going to act like it's new information that I found by myself. Don't worry, my fingers are still crossed down here. Today's going to be really exciting. Wait, time out. Hey, add creepy music so it adds suspense to this already extremely suspenseful video with non-new information. All right, go. I'm going to inform you about information you've already been informed on. In this video, I'll only be crossing my fingers. I won't be saying any personal thoughts about it because I wouldn't want to mess up a case that's so important for my non-existent career that only exists to me in my head. Who, me? I'm a professional investigator. Here's my crossed fingers to prove it. See, told y'all right there. The proof is in the pudding always. His fingers are always crossed. What do you expect? Ain't those like the most straightest non-gay fingers? That's how you know it's the truth. There's no lie.
It's crazy.
It's broken.
Demolished.
It's broken.
Incinerated.
It's broken.
Oh, true crime community. I see you true crime creators out there popping that booty for Papa Upchurch. And views
Hey,
are
yo.
up.
Yo.
Let's comment on that because over the weekend, he's right. I mean, people were going live. Some people had 3-4 lives a day talking about it.
What?
And him in it. Yeah.
3 or 4 lives a day. He was out here wilding.
Yeah.
About just this one subject?
Yeah. About his lawsuit.
Yeah, they was milking it. Yeah, they definitely milked that. That's crazy. That is insane.
I mean, we don't even know what's going to happen in the lawsuit.
Right.
It can get thrown out. That's the reason I had the poll. I mean, is the family going to win? Yes, no, or it's going to get thrown out because, I mean, I can file a lawsuit right now. I can file one against True Crime Beat here. It doesn't mean it's, I mean, the judge is going to be like, too bad. You wasted your $141.
Right. Damn. Yeah, we don't know.
What sucks is true crime. I'm not dead or murdered or involved in a crime. So what are you true criming? I'm just curious, true crime.
Right.
Y'all investigating hashtags this week? Is that what it is? Oh, Flarer, I know you're watching this. Little fruitcake. That's the guy who crosses his fingers and acts like he knows shit. Are you going to show me the real video or not?
Is that is the real video?
No, this is a lady scribbling pink circles. This is not.
That's funny. That's funny. The deliverer don't actually know anything, fam. He admitted that his moderators write a script for him.
What?
Nah, that's facts. That's big fact. He admitted that like years ago. His moderators get together, they write a script for him. They be like, here's the live stream script. And he just reads from that script, clicks whatever they tell him to click, gives the opinion that they tell him to give.
Oh my God. And then they pay him for doing his work?
Yep. This is facts. I'm telling you, this is crazy. I got videos of him admitting that too. It's wild. It's really nasty. He does nothing but drink. and accuse people of being racist and yell at women, but be afraid to get on here with me and go back and forth, be terrified because he knows I got all the receipts and I'm not scared of him. Why would I be? He's a wino.
Yeah, what's the point of doing a show if you're not even going to do a show? If it's not even your original thoughts and what you're thinking.
That's because he's a fraud. There's a lot of these YouTubers, creators. I don't think any has an original thought for nothing. Like, I'm almost sure someone else is writing for. I know the Dad Challenge podcast was like a huge part of like when she was first up and coming and doing a lot of things for her. Right. So I don't know if somebody behind the scenes, but I don't think she has an original thought either. If they could, wouldn't they be able to debate? Wouldn't they be able to have a conversation, improve their opinions or anything? Wouldn't that be easy if they was actually thinking for themselves?
Well, I mean, yeah, go up and defend your opinion and be ready to get your ass handed to you. Now, I've noticed a lot of like the really, really big creators, they don't like to talk about ongoing cases because it hurts their brand if they're wrong.
Right. Then they shouldn't talk about it at all. Right.
I mean, yeah, if there's no suspect or anything, I mean, yeah, you're going to talk about what's in the news. We can talk about things, but they talk about old cases. We're going to visit this case from 2012. And I mean, it's like story time, and that's fine.
Right.
I mean, it's entertainment and, you know, people are watching it. That's fine. But you can't go wrong if it's already solved and someone's in jail.
Right.
That's a simple Wikipedia.
Yeah, 100% right.
But this social justice warrior, I can't figure this out, man. Because he's the one that, sits on these panels and decides who is a tragedy pimp and who isn't.
I don't know how that's possible. This dude started off as Critical K's lackey. That was his mama. She bought his mic, his camera, everything for him. And then once he seen the opportunity to throw her under the bus, then he did that. He found a new mommy called Annie from 10 to Life, he mooches off of her following, and he goes out there and protects her blindly. Like, this guy's a clown. He should not be in charge of who's a tragedy pimp or not, because he himself is a tragedy pimp. You talking about the same dude that did a live stream of like a year ago saying that he wanted to self-delete and he was crying while he was getting donations. And then I called and said, hey, if you really thinking about deleting yourself from a video game, man, you should go to the hospital. F what all these other people said. I have friends that I've lost like that. Go to the hospital, go talk to somebody right now. And then they kicked me off. And he just kept on making donations and refused to go seek help. He is a tragedy pimp. He's a grifter. This is the same dude that does that. And I have all of that recorded as well.
Dang. It's like I got so irritated with another show the other day. This creator, she put up a comment from, she's a suspect. You know, she's one of the many suspects in the disappearance of Summer Wells. And she was saying, I don't know how I can go on. It just seemed like a very cry for help type of comment. And this creator is supposedly a nurse. And I'm like, she should have shut the show down and said, you have to get to the ER right now.
Right. If you really feel that way, yes, let's go call this number. We need to go talk to somebody right now. Let's get evaluated. If you really care about this person, or if you really care about that in general. Then the glare, like, there's so many clips. I didn't even get to review this or run over it on my live stream. But I got sent a clip of someone coming to the Glare and letting them know that they was abused, and the Glare saying, I don't give a F about that. But isn't he the guy that's supposed to stand up for that, though? It's kind of odd. This guy is out here grifting. He says he's standing up for victims, and then when victims come up to him, he laughs at them and tells them he doesn't give a F. Meanwhile, he'll get up there and talk about he wants to delete himself just so he could get donations. Come on. That's crazy. How did he get any kind of validity at all? I don't understand it. Was it because I took a break from talking about true crime and stuff? Oh, well, guess what? I'm back now. I'm back now. He's running from me. He's scared. How you do a call-in show and run from me the whole night? That's a running show. He knows what it is. He knows I have the receipts, and he knows I know how to talk. I know how to debate. I would debate him under the table. I've already done it multiple times. That's why he don't like me. This guy is still accusing me of being a doxer while I have audio and video footage of him admitting that I'm not a doxer, that he's just saying that shit. And he is still on his channel right now. He still has a video accusing me of being a doxer. Meanwhile, him and his friends dox me. but he's in charge of like telling people if they're tragedy pimping or not. No, he's the tragedy pimp. Anyone who aligns with the Glera is a tragedy pimp. Because if you don't see that, you either stupid or you pretending that you don't see it so you can have a boost in income and subs. That's all that is. I got receipts for everything. Check my channel. I ain't making nothing up. Like all I use is clips of him admitting this stuff, guys. When he gets drunk and just comes out here and is honest for once in his life. And then I grab those clips and then he wants me to erase them. He wants that to just be erased from history. So he'll try to attack my credibility and then start talking about views. Why I said that all these people that say they care about these cases, the first thing that they bring up when you check them is, well, you don't get as many views as me. What? So you're admitting that you talked about the Sophie Long case for views. You admit that all the cases you talk about is solely for views. I don't do things like that. If I talk about a true crime case, I talk about cases that either not many people heard of or something that's completely done and it's not for the algorithm.
Yeah, I have a lot of cases on here that, I mean, I'm going to do one tomorrow. It's an old case from 1999. 2 girls that were killed in Welch, Oklahoma. I'm going to have one of the relatives on. Is it going to be a big show? Nope. Is it
check it out?
Yep. It's very important.
See, that's how you're supposed to. This is the proper way to do true crime, in my opinion. Right? If you really are about it, right? If you're a grifter, then you only talk about the trending cases, right? You over there grifting. You know, every time someone has a following, the Glibber will pop up in their chat. He used to beg to collab with me. I wish I just said no. I wish I never answered his messages, his thousands of messages, begging me to collab. That's what he does. He's like a clout chaser, what they call it, a social climber, and a grifter, and a tragedy pimp. He's all of these things. It's so apparent. Anyone who sees any of his content or knows any of his history and ignores it, they are a tragedy pimp as well.
I think that's why so many people picked a fight with Ryan Upchurch, because they wanted that swing in views and subs.
Mm-hmm. That's big facts. It became a trend. It was the new target for everyone to dogpile on. He's the villain. Like, they always pick a new villain. Everyone jumps on him, and then they try to like get their subs or get whatever kind of residual subs from it. And it's so apparent. Like, come on, man. Like, how do people not see that? How do people not see that? The Glibber has said crazier things than Upchurch, bro. He probably deleted those streams, removed those streams. I don't know. Telling the world that you abused your child with disabilities is crazy enough for me. Telling the world that you blackmailed your ex in order to get custody of them sounds pretty damaging to me, among other things. Right? Like the grifting, the swindling, coming on stream and saying, hey, I feel like I'm going to delete myself just so you could get donations. And then when multiple people ask you to go and get help, you say no. Then that tells me what you about. It's apparent. It's right in my face. It's in everyone's face. But it's all right. People are going to start waking up and seeing it, and then start looking at other true crime creators and seeing the nastiness. And if he's made mistakes in the past and he actually just acknowledged it and then moved on, I would never talk about him again. But he would never do that because of ego, and that's how toxic, nasty tragedy pimps do. Why would he do that when he's making money? Why would he's going to mess up his thing that he got going. Mess up his swindle if he was to come out and be like, hey, guys, I'm disgusted. Everything DX Beast Boy said was the truth. No, instead, let's try to scare me off and dox me. Oh, wait, no, that didn't work. Okay, let's try to tell all my fans that we shouldn't trust him because he's not valid. Oh, wait, if they see it, they know that I'm valid because I tell the truth and I have receipts for everything. All right, next plan. Let's tell him that he doesn't get enough views. Okay, that means that you didn't do the nasty things you did, Glera, because I don't get views? That sounds crazy.
It doesn't make any sense, and there's no competition. Some people don't have sponsors. Some people don't have tiered memberships, so it varies. You can't compare a small a small grocery store owned by a family to a Walmart.
Right.
And so that is such a moot point for me. I don't know why they do those things. It makes zero sense.
Not the real video.
I mean, I don't have the original source.
Oh, he doesn't have the original source. The investigator of murders has no idea what he's doing. He's just running through the street jiggling, going, hey, is there any murder I could think about? Bro, I wonder what this guy tells girls when they're like, so what do you do for a living? Me? I dress up at a tiny desk, put on a detective hat with a feather in it to make me, seem like I solve things really fast.
And I am wrapping up the Ryan Upchurch content.
I'm doing mystery stuff. I got a magnifying glass and I tried to look at the computer, but it burned my eyeball. I mean, I would investigate it myself, but this eye won't look at this eye, so I don't know what's going on.
The investigation to what agitated and assaulted Ryan Upchurch's eyeball was never solved, but sparked new interest in Illuminati conspiracies.
That was funny. Yeah, he's not taking them seriously at all.
No, and I don't think he's taking the lawsuit seriously. I mean, he will when he's in front of the judge, I'm assuming, because he doesn't want to get thrown in court or get contempt. But I don't think he seems too worried about it. And you know what? I wish the family of Kiely well. Nobody wants to lose a child, and I think there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. And I agree with a lot of the commenters that maybe the anger is misdirected. Maybe there needs to be some conversations had within the community about kids going to these parties and what to do when kids, break curfew. What to do when they're out partying, out at the reservoir. And, they're doing things that, I don't like when kids are in adult spaces. And we all did it. We all tried it. Most of us.
Right. You're not wrong there.
And so maybe it's misdirected. I don't know. But I mean, they're going to have to show how it has cause financial damage to their family, to their business and things like that. Because I mean, from what I've heard, they're booked up. They've got more business than they ever had before because of the publicity from Kiely.
Oh, I'm sure. That's usually how that works. It's crazy, but yeah, within the true crime world, yeah, that is how that would work. So like, of course, if it comes out, right, if they go to court with Ryan, they're going to have to pull up the receipts of that and to tell if their business is in a loss. And then what happens if the judge looks at it and is like, y'all winning, actually, numbers is up. Is Ryan going to counter?
Yeah, because they're going to have to bring in tax forms and stuff like that. And they're going to have to explain, he gave $100,000 to Adventures with Purpose. And I'm not fangirling. I'm not fangirling or anything. I'm just trying to be objective here. Because so they're going to have to prove profit and loss. People leaving bad reviews, do they have a clip of him saying, go attack this family and make sure you leave bad reviews? Because you can't control what people do.
True. That wouldn't be his fault, right? Unless he's directly telling people to do so.
But see, that would be a violation of YouTube terms of service.
For him to tell people to go do that? Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. That would be a big deal. Well, I tell you what else was a big deal. Having BX Beast Boy on the show today, guys. What a big treat. We loved having you on. Let's have another round of applause for our friend BX Beast Boy. He even said he would come back and visit us again. I love the work you do and the way that you keep it honest, you keep it real, and just speak from your heart. You're not out to make friends or win any popularity contest. You just say what's on your mind.
That's facts. And thank you. I do appreciate it. And I enjoyed being here. Thank you for the invitation.
Anytime. When are you going to come back and see us? Because everybody's been so excited.
Really? Whenever. Just let me know. I'm down. I'm always down to have a good time.
I will let you know. Thank you again. This has been such a great treat. You have my phone number. I have your email, and we'll see you on the next go round, my friend.
Right. Thank you again. I said thanks you again. Thank you again. It was fun, man. I really do appreciate this.
All right, no problem. And everybody make sure you sub up to BX Beast Boy. Thank you so much for being here. This was a great show. It's kind of all over the place, but we had a lot of stuff to talk about. So happy that he came up, and, you know, we could go through this lawsuit little by little, you know, figure out, you know, if it's, I mean, if you were on the jury, what would you do? That'll be something for the next time we talk about it. So if I miss you in Discord or one of the Facebook groups, you know where I'm going to see you. I'm going to see you back here tomorrow at 9 a.m. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the gifted memberships. You guys are the best chat and the best community on YouTube. Thank you, Mod Squad, for always keeping it cool and keeping it clean. I know it got kind of crazy, but that's okay. See you soon.